Hello boys and girls. Today with your guest teacher you are going to be doing a fun one-day project and you are going to use the following tools. You'll need the basket on your table of oil pastels. You'll need a piece of this small paper and you will need an eraser and your fingers. Okay, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be starting with some concentric shapes. Concentric shapes are when you have a shape that increases or decreases in size and the centers of that shape are consistent. The easiest one for us to work with today is going to be a circle, but if you would like to try a different concentric shape, such as a square or a diamond, give it a go. I'm going to start with a circle. And what I want to do is I want to build up a really nice thick layer of my oil pastel in each color. And I'm going to choose colors that work well together, that look good together, that are kind of friendly together, like if I mix them or blend them, they wouldn't look terrible. Okay, and the thing that I need to do before I pick up my eraser or use my fingers much is to just really get a nice thick layer of color. And you're going to go all the way to your edges. So when we talk about going all the way to your edges, that means that if you're making any shape that isn't a square, since your paper is a square, that your shape is going to crop off the edges of your paper eventually. Okay? But that's okay. You're going to go with it and let that happen. It's all right if when I'm doing something like using this yellow around my blue and near the blue it starts to turn into green. That's kind of beautiful. I'm not going to think that that's a problem at all. You should embrace those kinds of things when that natural mixing happens. Okay? And just continue all the way to your edges of your paper. I'm almost at the point after this blue circle where my next one is going to really crop off the edge. That's just fine. The thing you want to really focus on right now is that you're pushing pretty firmly with your oil pastels, filling in all the white spaces that might be there. Okay? This next one is going to be going off onto the paper or around it into La La Land here, so I can take whatever that color is going to be. You can look through your basket and find, you can repeat a color or find different colors for each one. This one, this green, if the circle were to continue, it would go off, then come back onto my paper like this. Okay? You probably don't want to actually draw this on the table, although you might get a little on there, but pastel is a little bit of a beast to get off. It doesn't come off easily with a sponge or anything because it's oily and sponges are water and those things resist each other. So if you want to have a piece of paper towel underneath this while you're working, that would be good so that you have an easier cleanup time at the end. Okay, I'm going to even go through and add an additional dark circle. I just felt like that green and blue were really similar to each other, and you'll notice my circles aren't perfect. That's okay. You might be wondering why we're not working on the project that we've been working on in class. And this is just a one-day departure because I'll see you next time and we'll pick up where we left off in class. So now I'm going to take a finger. These ones are kind of dirty. I can take any finger that I want and I'm just going to blend a little bit. And if my fingers have a lot of blue on them, so maybe that's good for the blue layer. I'm trying to get rid of my white spots before I do my next step. Okay, so make sure that you don't have too many of those. And now what you're going to do is take an eraser, just your regular plain old classroom eraser. We have a few at each table. You'll share them with your classmates. And starting in the middle, you are going to pull outward, just like this. Radially, which means like the arms of the sun, you're going to start in the middle, leave a little space in between each arm, and you're going to push that pastel outward. Can you see what's starting to happen? It looks pretty awesome. It looks a little like tie-dye. Going straight out all the way around. That's pretty cool. If you want to, you can also take your eraser and in between each of these, pull back inward. Rotating as you go. Being careful to keep my paper flat. It's small. I don't want to rip it. This time I'm pulling my color back to the center. And we're just exploring today this oil pastel tie-dye technique. It's pretty cool. All right, and then because I rubbed away a lot of the color that was at my center, if I want to, I can take just a little bit more of that color and I can fill it back in and blend it with my finger because I didn't maybe want that to stay all the way white like it was. All right, that's pretty cool. I love it. And now I'm going to flip my paper over to the back and I'm going to get a pencil. You'll see that there's some on your table. Make sure that you write your name on the back. Preferably use a pencil and not pastel so that it doesn't get pastel when these get stacked up. When your class's work is collected, your name doesn't get pastel all over the work below yours. And hopefully, if everybody does that, no one will get in their name on yours either. Okay, so that's it. That's what we're doing in art today. Have fun exploring how that lets the colors mix. And share those erasers and have a good time.